Hello, and welcome to the video. Today, we will be going over 10 important moments in the history of a specific type of animation, claymation. Popularized by movies such as Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run, claymation has gained a cult following. Claymation is a form of stop-motion animation. The film crew has to go frame by frame, carefully molding the pieces of clay into positions that look natural to their characters. Let's begin with number 1. The origin of claymation is ultimately rooted in the origin of stop motion. In 1898, directors J. Stuart Blackton and Albert E. Smith made a short stop-motion film using their daughter's dolls. It was titled The Humpty Dumpty Circus. Sadly, the film has been lost, and the only surviving remnants are the dolls used in the film and some pictures of the set. Number 2. Blackton and Smith started something revolutionary to the film industry, and that led to other people hopping on the stop-motion bandwagon. A short from 1902 called A Trip to the Moon saw animators combine drawings and dough in amazing ways. Using dough was one of the earliest inspirations for people to begin using clay. Number 3. The first feature-length film using stop-motion animation was based on a book by Arthur Conan Doyle, named The Lost World. It was released in 1925, and was the first major film to combine live-action footage with animation. It was animated by Willis O'Brien, the same man who helped bring King Kong to life. However, our number 4 spot actually comes before the number 3 spot in the timeline. A film from 1908, called The Sculptor's Nightmare, predates the technique used in The Lost World. Being a 9-minute short film meant to spoof the 1908 presidential election, The Sculptor's Nightmare combined animated and live-action footage, but the animation was actually claymation. The end of the short sees Theodore Roosevelt being brought to life by a slab of clay. It was directed by Wallace McCutcheon. Number 5. One of the oldest surviving full-length films using claymation, titled Long Live the Bull, was created in 1926 by a pioneer of the technique, Joseph Sun. His clay bull led to other characters to be created along the way. Number 6. The next major step in claymation comes from a master of the skill, Art Clokey. In 1953, Clokey created Gumby, a green humanoid thing, and his horse, Pokey. Being designed for kids, Gumby taught moral lessons and values and battled the blockheads. Gumby was meant to be racially neutral, and the characters were mainly cubes to allow for an easier process for the animators. Number 7. After Gumby, it took a while for another animator to fill Clokey's shoes. In 1989, Nick Park had 2 characters get their big break. They were Wallace and Gromit. Starring in 3 films and 1 short film, ironically about shorts, these 2 became beloved to young children. The release dates for these films are 1989, 1993, 1995, and 2005. Number 8. Creature Comforts, part of a series of short films for Heat Electric. This series focused on different pets and animals talking about their everyday lives, similar to the recent movie called The Secret Life of Pets. Number 9. Although it was released before Wallace and Gromit's last outing, Chicken Run was still an influential film for the claymation industry. Being produced by the same studio as Wallace and Gromit, Chicken Run released in 2000, it took this film 30 sets, 80 animators, and a team of 180 people to complete, only finishing 1 minute of filming per week. In the end, it was worth it. The film made $224 million, the most that any claymation film ever made up to that point. For the number 10 spot, instead of just one important moment, let's talk about the impact of these previous projects. Since the release of Chicken Run, many more claymation films were made. The next big claymation film was The Pirates Band of Misfits in 2012, and then Shaun the Sheep movie in 2015, Early Man in 2018, and then Shaun the Sheep movie Farmageddon, and Chicken Run 2 in 2019. All of these films and also Chicken Run and the Wallace and Gromit trilogy were made by one production company, Aardman Animations. They have produced many shorts and films that are both enjoyable and eye-catching. It was also announced last year that another Wallace and Gromit movie is in the works. I hope you enjoyed that list, and as Wallace and Gromit would say, get that cheese.